Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. So, as you can see, I finally sort of figured out the lighting. It's not as good as what I want it to be currently, but yeah, it's pretty good. So, this may seem like the old format, the one from episode 2, right? But it's slightly different. First of all, there's more things in frame. That was just more of a stylistic choice. I wanted it to be less of a bland, blank slate. So yeah, there's more things in frame now. But also, to also help with it not being a blank slate, I've added something in. Check this out, ready? Bam! Flashcards. Yep, I'm using flashcards now. It's a really great way to help organize a video, it's just a nice thing in general. And, yeah. So, anyways, allow me to just shamelessly plug something in, okay? So, the channel is going to be making a podcast pretty soon. So, it's not just me and my editor who's working on this channel. There's also a lot of other people, and you're going to be seeing those people talking in the podcast. I don't know if my editor will be there. Probably not. She's a pretty busy person. But, yeah. So if you're interested in that, just keep your eyes out for that and, maybe subscribe. So yeah. I'm gonna be acting a lot more chill during the podcast. Like, obviously, I put up a character. Like, it's obviously a character for the videos I do here. But I'm gonna be acting like a lot more like I typically act if you met me off the streets. So, if you're interested in that, yeah, check out the podcast. So, with that out of the way, okay? I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine the deepness and the vastness of the subject we're going to talk about. The year is 2003. Humanity is now space-ready civilizations that blast off into the cosmos. What do they see? Wow, this really sucks. Why did we ever think of this as being interesting? It's literally just abstract colors and rocks. So yeah, science fiction, a term that's honestly pretty misleading. I mean, if you really think about it, series that have nothing to do, under the moniker of having to do something with space, very easily fit into this whole, sci-fi thing, But I'm getting ahead of myself, so what even is sci-fi? Questions like these are the ones that really keep me up at night. Not really, but, so just like life, a good place to start is in the beginning. So let's do that. So, ladies and gents, let me take you back to the year 1870 when a dude from France, you may have heard of him, just Jules Verne, published his book called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Honestly, a really cool name for a book. I mean, he predicted a lot of things. Some of them are wrong, some of them are right. One of the most interesting ones is that one about electric power. I mean, I guess it was kind of a thing back then. But I don't know if you've existed for the past 100 years, but yeah, I mean, it certainly exists. So, anyways, there was a very beautiful time during sci-fi history. I call this time the 70s, okay? So, very off topic, but while I'm writing this script, I'm watching Toy Story, and man, Sid's house just looks like garbage. So, what's so special about the 70s? I'll tell you, the movies were inaccurate to hilarious degrees, so let's break this down, alright? So, I think we can all agree that this movie is one of the more shining examples of incorrect predictions. I mean, yeah, AI exists and we certainly have things that can launch us into space, but I mean, when would those events ever take place like that? What scenario whatsoever would ever lead into that? Huh. You know, this script is a lot more messier than I thought it was while writing it out. Um, that's probably totally not going to ruin anything later in the video. So, can I be completely honest for a second? I mean, I may or may not have been talking about this stuff I don't know too much about, and I may or may not have not done any research for this video. But if you've gotten this far and think you've wasted your time, think how I feel, okay? I wrote an entire script, made a bunch of things up just to talk about Star Wars. So this one thing at Star Wars completely nails it when it comes to its world building is the opening preamble, right? Okay, so a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Those few words completely set the expectations for the story and made it so that it will never conflict with, the real world as we know it. It was a really smart way to future-proof a movie, and yeah, I just think that it's really well done. Huh. So I wrote an entire script just to talk about 2 sentences. Well, at the very least, you know that